You know, it sounds so easy to switch everything from the old RV to the new RV.
But it's not so easy, and we'll show you why in this video. This is our latest RV, and this is the one we just bought about a month and a half ago, maybe. It is a 2019 Leisure Travel Vans Unity FX, and it's big. It's actually a Class C, although they call it a B+. All of our others were camper vans, Class Bs, and we were kind of used to fixing those up, but this one's posing some challenges that I didn't think we'd have.
Well, fun challenges. We've got a lot more room in this one.
We do have a lot more room, but we're trying to figure out where to put things and how to organize. And one of the things that has taken up a lot of time for us is just getting all of the different cabinets organized the way we want, figuring out what we want to bring. So we just thought we would do a video to show you where we are right now in that process. We've still got a ways to go.
We do. I think the hardest thing so far has been the computers. Trying to figure out where to put them,
where the computers,
where they can get charged.
Because
we had a good system.
Yeah, we had a good one, but I don't want to drill holes on the wall of this. Well, actually, I'd do that. You don't want me to drill holes on the wall. Let's be honest. Yeah. So, but we have a pretty good system. They're in like a cabinet, which I can show you. And then we've got to figure out things like our cell phone booster and a couple of things like that. But we thought we'd give you this process because maybe it will give you some ideas. But we're really selfish in this video because we're hoping that you will see this and give us some ideas of how you've organized your RV.
Can't wait to hear from you.
So the first accessory we purchased was online from the official Sprinter accessories store, and it's this, floor mats. This is these are really nice, sturdy black floor mats. They look really good in here. They'll keep a lot of that grime from getting on the rug.
Wow, this looks much better. It even says Mercedes-Benz on it.
So I got a problem. I got all these tree limbs that are in my driveway. They'll scratch it all up, clear out a path.
What's he doing, Bo? Now it's time for a new shelf and drawer liner, and I can't say enough good things about this. It cushions and it protects. It doesn't stick permanently. It's easy to take up. You can wash it if it gets dirty, and you can cut it to any size that you need. It's perfect for the inside of a drawer. Now, we haven't had it in here, and I noticed that the bottom shelf is getting a little beat up from all of these things rattling around in here. It's a pretty rough life in here on all these different things. I kept the silverware tray that I had in my other RV, but I could get one that's deeper, but I didn't want to buy another silverware tray, so I just kept the one that I had. This was such a fine when I found it because it's not that high. It's a lot lower, but most are higher, and I think in this one I would appreciate the higher. But if you look closely, you can see where it's starting to get beat up, and we've just had it a couple weeks, so I hate to think what would happen if I left it a couple months. So clean it out, measure, and cut. What have I got here? I've got 22 inches by 15 inches. That sounds pretty simple. All right, about there.
What is this material made of? It's kind of like rubbery, soft. It's real
cushiony.
Yeah.
There's our 22. And I think I'm going to keep that extra. Just let it stay there. I could stick it down a little bit on the sides if I want to, but rather than waste it or cut it and wrap it around things, I'm going to see how that works. I'm just going to leave it in there, that little bit extra. And I know I'm going to enjoy this. You know, I'm thinking I'm going to put a little bit of this in here. I don't know if this is going to work or not, because this does rattle around when we're driving. Let's just see if this works. And it makes Bo very, very nervous.
He remembers the old RV that kept having things fall on him. So,
you know, rather than use this, I've got some over here from the last RV that wasn't quite big enough to fit in there. And I'm going to measure this and cut this and fit it in there. Put that in there. Tuck it down in. A little extra is fine. Maybe we'll leave a little extra at both ends. If I don't like it, I'll come back later and cut that off. But I think you got the idea of what's going on here. Well, not much, but it'll help some. Okay, I'm trying to cut down on noise. Any kind of noise I can cut out is good. I like to carry my pan with the lid like that. So, I made a round circle.
that's shelf paper, right?
Shelf paper. I made the circle, wanted a little extra, and then I cut a hole in the middle to fit here. So I'm going to put that in, or I could do it this way. This might be the easier way. Just going to stick that in there and put this like so.
What?
Perfect.
What?
Perfect. Bo appreciates this.
Yes, Bo doesn't like any noise. So.
No noise in the rig. All right. There. Okay.
Okay, now it's my turn. We are going to test out just how well all that shelf paper and that shelf insulation that Jennifer put around, you know, in the drawers and in the storage compartments and around the pots and pans. What does it mean? Well, look, I'm 60 miles an hour driving down the road. This is a Michigan road. That means there's a lot of bumps and potholes. Nothing rattling. No rattles at all. I hear a little bit of tire noise from the pavement and occasionally from the bumps that I go over, but nothing is rattling. That is so nice. Way to go, Jen.
Remember how I told you every RV is different and I showed you where we hung this in our last RV? Well, now I've got to figure out a place to hang this for our fruit. I've got our clock and our thermometer here. I don't know if I can put it that high up or not. I'm tall. I probably can because it doesn't work over here because I've got our spice rack here. And so every RV is different and you have to figure out where things go. And I value this. This I love. I always want to know how cold it is outside, how cold it is inside, the time. This I love. Not giving that up. One of the things I appreciate is this rail system that Leisure Travel Van has. And on this one, our model, we have our towel rack, which is really nice. We don't have to drill holes in the wall. And ours came with this little spice rack. And in my never-ending quest to have things not rattle, I'm going to put that in the bottom. And then some of my favorite spices that I want handy, I'm going to wrap this around and get the next one. I've got some curry, got some cinnamon, I've got some onion powder. I'll stick that in there. Ideally, this would be all one, but I just happen to have some ends here, and I thought, well, what can I use this for? Some garlic seasoning. Stick that in there. And oregano. Here. Of course, most of us carry more spices than this, so you have to figure out another container to put your spices in. If you put your spices loose up in the top, I have discovered in your adventure of traveling, the tops come loose, and you will end up with spice all over there, which you don't want, unless it's one you really like the smell of. So you have to figure out a way to contain your spices and not have anything rattle.
That rail system is also in the bathroom. You can see here how nice it is. And there's these clips, that little accessories that you can put on there that'll take things off the cabinet or off the ledges so they don't fall. And they're handy to reach. This has a couple of glasses. It's very simple to use. I'll put a link to that company that makes those in the description on this video.
The upper storage in the galley, I have a place setting, 4 plates. You could get by with 2. A lot of people use 2, but I take 4. I have 4 bowls. I have glasses, different types of glasses. Up here, I have just 2 cups and the press for the coffee. That takes up one section up above. I have the tea kettle to heat water for coffee. I have my recipe box, my favorite recipes. I'd like to take those along with me. They have a spot up here, or I could put them right in here. This space, I can now put some food up there, some boxes, some things.
Little things now. Some people would call this a junk drawer. I call it my essential drawer. And I got lots of little things in here I need, but let me show you this thing. This is the GT50. I think we've showed you this before. We picked this up at a RV show in Hershey, Pennsylvania last year. We are really hooked on it. It is an air purifying system. And you plug it in to 110 volts, and it does an incredible job of removing cooking odors, of just cleaning the air, and even getting dust out of the air. It only costs about $100 on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description below. These are fuses, and I learned this a long time ago. Always carry fuses in different sizes, whatever size that you need for your RV. I always have a bag of them. You will blow a fuse sooner or later. That will happen to you, and having a bag of fuses is always a good idea. Something else that I want to show you. This is really important if you travel with the dog or if you do a lot of hiking. These are tick removers. Yeah, I know it's a gross subject, but ticks are everywhere. They get worse and worse everywhere we go in the year. Every year they're worse and worse wherever we go. This one kind of works like so. If you had a tip, you kind of pull it like so, and you get it in the narrow end and pull that baby right out. This is another one. It's just like a little kind of a grabber, and you could use it like so. We always carry these with us wherever we go, especially with Bo. And you always do a tick check on your dog whenever he or she comes in. And it's also good to check each other out as well. This is really important. We keep this in our personal vehicles, our cars, as well as, of course, our RV. And I have given one of these to all of our children as well. This will break a window in a car. You know, these special windows now that are in our vehicles are shatterproof, and they're really, really hard to break. A few years ago, some of our RV community members came upon a horrific freeway accident in which people were trapped inside a burning car, and they couldn't get people out. They couldn't get them out. This is what will do it. This will, you push that against the window, it'll snap, and a powerful spring will break that window, and you can pull the window out and get to people. And right here is a very sharp blade. You can run that up, and it will cut a seatbelt. Everybody should have one of these. And again, I'll put a link to this in the description below.
This is something that someone suggested to me from the dollar store. Sometimes you can even get these cheaper than $1. They're little throwaway tablecloths. You can take these out, put them on your campsite, put one on the seats if the seats are really dirty. just an easy, quick way to cover a picnic table.
I'm also using this time to install my dash cam system. It is a new dash cam. I picked this up in the fall and had some experience with it on our previous RV, and I'm bringing it into this one. Now, this is from Blackview, and it is the DR900S, and it is a 2-camera system. One camera faces forward, and one, of course, can be used anywhere else you want in the vehicle. It is really good quality. Now, I warn you, this is an expensive dash cam system. You can find much cheaper ones online or even in electronic stores. But for our needs, shooting high-quality video, this is the best I have found, and this is what we put in our Unity FX.
So, how expensive is this?
Let me show you how I installed it and ran the wires. Here's the camera connection and the power connection, and I was able to basically run it under here all the way around.
Mike, you still haven't answered. How much did that thing cost?
Yeah, let me finish showing them. And then it comes out there.
So how much did this cost?
I can't remember.
Well, you know, I think I'm going to have to look this up myself.
You know.
I thought I would help you remember, so I looked it up, and it's $480.
Huh. It is expensive, isn't it?
It is. It's not cheap.
So here's the view from the dash cams. You can see out the road as I am driving. That's 1080. It's a really nice resolution. I just think it does a great job as the dash cam. Documents our travels. You'll get to see the scenery, the roads, and we get lots of email from people who say they love that. And then, of course, I have the second camera, which is right up there, and that is, I'll cut to a view of that, and you can see it's sort of showing over our shoulders and down a little bit, and you can see just another view. So between that camera, that's the second one that goes with the Blackview, and that one, by the way, is only $720, and then the front dash cam, which is 1080, and then my third camera, which is this one right here, and that is a GoPro, and a GoPro 7, and I use that for Jen and I as we navigate around. So we have 3 cameras in operation as we drive. The GoPro, documenting whatever we're doing, and the dash cam showing you the road ahead, and then the over-the-shoulder view right there. I suppose I could get an extension and put one out at the back, but 3 is enough, don't you think? Anyway, they all work well, and you'll be seeing a lot of those in all of our videos as we travel about.
One of my favorite things is seeing how all of you have made things your own, how you have made it better. And so this is a work in progress, and we're looking forward to seeing how you've made yours better.
We'll be attending rallies, and we'll meet many of you on the road. So don't be surprised when we knock on your door and say, "Hey, how did you personalize your RV?" Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate so much your support here on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, the RV Lifestyle channel. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe. We're Mike and Jennifer Wendland. Thank you for watching.
Happy trails.